Everyone, this is Jamesrise, gonna bring you, special ladies and gentlemen, a new video today. And today I am going to do another review. This is my first time I am doing a review on a actual Netflix movie, not like a documentary. Even though it was sort of a blend of the both, it just exposed a lot of things. This is gonna be my review. I'm gonna try to keep it spoiler free for the first half of it, and then I'll go into spoilers. After that, I'll warn you guys, if you haven't seen the movie, my first impression is definitely go see it. It is something I think a lot of people should see, especially people who are meat eaters and people who are just unaware of what's happening in animal agriculture. I definitely exposed that, and I enjoyed it, and it was kind of had me a little teary-eyed towards the end of the movie and a couple scenes, because it's so real and you see the emotion and passion behind the animals, or Okja, that is the super pig in this movie. Well, first and foremost, I'm just gonna go a quick synopsis of the movie, or the quick premise. It's just the basic thing is this laboratory. I have notes here. Mirando. There's this company called Mirando, or Mirando Super Pigs. They are testing these pigs. So they sent these 10 super pigs to these 10 across the world, 10 farmers from many different walks of life, and they wanted to see how these animals grew in those 10 years and how they developed. And they would take whatever research they can from them, because they have trackers on their ears, and they'll get the information and see how these pigs are growing in that 10-year basis, and then eventually multiply these animals so they can mass produce. It's just basically the girl in Okja. This girl grew attached with Okja, this super pig that she owns, because they have her for 10 years. She was 4 and he was 10, so they grew an attachment. And this movie is just basically her struggle and with the pig, and this company that is trying to take that pig back. And so it's her struggle on trying to reclaim this pig is basically it. I don't know if that's a spoiler, but that's the basic synopsis of this movie. It's her struggle and just really exposing what's happening in the animal agriculture industry. It's crazy, and I felt a definitely realness to it. 100%. You get to see the greed and the corporate power behind these big businesses that are making deals and slaughtering animals just for the benefit of people, so they have some meat in their mouth, or some meat on the table, or meat at the grocery stores. So it was great to see this protagonist that was fighting back, that didn't want it to happen, and wanted to fight back these big companies. So it was great in that way. It's hard not to spoil anything, because I think that's a general synopsis, and you should, if you enjoy adventure, action, emotion, it kind of has has it all in there, and it's very real points as well, where some graphic points as well, so you have to be aware for that. And it's this very real, because these things do happen to real animals, and it's heartbreaking at times to really see it in this. Even though these animals are fake, these super pigs are fake, you see the struggle, you see the emotion in their eyes, and it's pretty hard at times. Alright, alright, well, that's the general synopsis. I'm gonna go to spoilers now. So if you haven't seen the movie, I definitely recommend it. Please cut off the video right now and go see it, please. It's a must. You will enjoy the ride. You will see familiar faces with the actors and actresses, so you'll get that connection there, and you can see the emotion behind every character, whether they're bad, they're good, or it's the super pigs. So definitely watch it. Okja I definitely give it 2 thumbs up. I enjoyed it. It's about 2 hour and 15-minute movie. Stay till after the credits, please. You'll enjoy that, and maybe teasing something else in the future. So, now spoilers. This movie was something else. I think it's definitely needed. It's a really ballsy movie to go see, and to produce, and to direct, and to put it out there in the universe. It's definitely needed. More movies need to take the blindfolds off and really expose these industries and these big corporate industries and see what they're doing to animals. The animal agriculture, animal farming, whatever it is exposed. As my dog is whining, having a dream there. So it goes with this girl Mija, and I guess she lives in China and up in the mountains, and she has Okja. She had it for 10 years. She's 14 now. She was 4 when she got it. So she had this animal for 10 years. Imagine having an animal for 10 years and having it stripped away. And knowing that it was going to die. That's like your child. That's like your best friend that is being stripped away from you. Something that you've seen grow. Something that was just an infant. And you get to see it grow and connect with and bond with, and it understands your emotions, understands your feelings, because these animals are intelligent. Pigs are very intelligent, so imagine if you have a super pig, they're definitely going to be very intelligent. So you see the struggle with Okja and Mija, and fairly early on you see them play, you see them have fun, and you get to the point where you realize that this Mundo company is going to take the pig away from Mija and take her to New York and really like display this pig and show this pig like this is what we're going to use for meat now. It has less fecal matter, less carbon footprint. They don't have to have as much feed, so it's like perfect, and it has to taste fucking good. That's what she says. So that's an improvement where they're trying to reduce all that, but in the sense, it's still terrible. You're still killing these animals. You're making a GMO, non-natural, and I love how they say that these pigs are non-GMO, all natural, when they know they are genetically modified in a lab to grow this huge, it almost look like a hippopotamus mixed with a pig. That's the best thing I could really connect it with. It looked like a hippopotamus with a pig. The girth and size of a hippopotamus, but I think the intelligence also added by the pig as well. It's crazy. And it was so funny. It's so crazy how they just say it's non-GMO. It's all, it's natural. And people just like feed into it just because they put that label on it. It's crazy. It really makes you think twice on what you are eating, and is it really natural? Is it really organic? Well, I think, but who knows? It just really makes you think that people could lie to you and tell you that, oh, it's all grass-fed, like how they have like grass-fed foods, grass-fed yogurts, grass-fed milk. Yeah, not being hurt, and people are just buying in on that word that says grass-fed. I mean, they could be on a big open plain and have minimal grass and have the worst living conditions, but they're still eating grass, and they could put that on the label. Just think about the stress that you're eating. It's just this movie really exposes that. And there's one scene that you see that all these super pigs are just locked up, all being ready for slaughter. They're in the worst conditions, and you can see the emotion in their eyes. You see the pain that they're going in, and they don't want to get slaughtered. So it's painful to watch because that's what happens. And it was hard to see. But anyway, you see the struggle with Mija and trying to save Okja, and they're trying to steal it from her, and there's this secret company, or there's like rebellion or like vegan company or like people who are trying to fight back against animal cruelty. They're the ALF, which is the Animal Liberation Front, and they were trying to fight back. They're like these mask wearers and trying to fight back from these corporations that are exposing these animals and having this cruelty upon these animals. So they're trying to fight back. So once they take Okja from Mija, when they're in the mountains and the Miranda company comes, they take the pig, and it's taken from her when she doesn't even know, because her grandpa takes her away to see her like tombstones of her parents. You really see that struggle where she's like trying to run, trying to get her friend back, but she can't. And she like is so determined. You see her a raw emotion that she will do anything just to save this animal. So she like leaves her grandfather's house, rushes down the mountain, and tries to find Okja. And then they have her Okja in this big old truck, container truck, and you see the ALF stop it, interfere, make a deal with Mija, and it's just something that you have to see. I don't really want to do like a play-by-play of the whole entire movie, but this is something that you have to see. It's deep. You get to see the reality behind animal cruelty and the genetically modified business behind it, and like all the things that they do to create the most meat in any animal that they use. And there's one shot where they showed this super pig that obviously was pumped in with hormones because it was huge. It was like a freaking monster. Compared to Okja, was already huge, like hippo size. You see it like being forced to mate with Okja, so considered rape, which definitely happens out there as well in animal agriculture. So it was a very real movie, and even though it was like sci-fi and CGI with these super pigs, but it was this. I think they had to do that just to replace and to like cows, chickens, pigs, whatever they needed to replace them, body them into one animal, and to really show what was happening out there. I think that's why they had to use this fake animal to really show it, and they could harm it without really harming like other animals. So definitely watch it. I'm not gonna do a breakdown to this one to tell you guys my opinions and what I felt from the movie, and it was very real at points. And you get to see, there's one shot where you see Okja tears coming down because you know what's gonna happen to her, and it was heartbreaking when I saw that, because animals feel, they know, they sense things. We are not the only intelligent beings out there. We're not the overrulers, even though we have this high intelligence and to do great things, we also do very terrible things, just like what this movie exposes. And which is also good that you see people who are trying to fight back and to give these voiceless animals some purpose and a voice. So if you guys haven't watched it, if you watch this whole thing, please watch it. I guarantee you'll enjoy it. Until next time, stay risen, stay rising. Okja, 2 thumbs, 2 arrows, 2 rise up arrows out of 2. Definitely watch it. Probably watch it again. The only thing is about 2 hours because it's kind of a long movie. So if you have 2 hours to set aside, definitely watch it. Stay risen, stay rising. Until next time. Peace. Hopefully I didn't miss anything. Yeah, it was good. Until next time.